welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the Scorpio reading for June of 2020. Welcome to Scorpio if you are a Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Cross Watcher. We have 3 piles in our Pick a Pile reading today. We have pile 1, 2, or 3. You can also pick by a crystal. We have hematite, tiger's eye, or aventurine. I'd like to take a moment to invite you to our other platforms. We have a store for individual personal readings. We also have Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. All are available in the links below and in the main page for YouTube. Take a moment to check out the piles. If you're new to Pick a Pile, the idea is to choose either the pile or crystal that draws you the most. And that's the reading that's meant for you for your message for June. If you're drawn to more than one pile, that's okay too, and you may indeed wish to spend the entire video with us, which is always awesome. So I'm going to do a really quick meditation with you, because some people like to sort of feel the cards or feel the pile a little bit more. So sit back and relax. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And open your eyes slowly. Whichever pile your eyes were drawn to when you opened them, that's the pile that's intended for you. There are timestamps below in the description and in the top comment with regard to whichever pile you've chosen, and we'll see you soon. Okay, Scorpio, for those who picked pile 1 or the hematite crystal, this is your pile. We have 8 cards in your spread today. I'm going to turn them over and show them to you individually. As we go, just keep in mind that the individual cards are one part. So if anything looks a little concerning, if it's a reversal or something, let's hold off and read the message as a whole. So we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. We have the 5 of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. We have Awakening. And underneath it says, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. We have Make a Decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive? Listen to your intuition and make a decision. We have Individuality. The 4th chakra, or Archangel Raphael. And we also have Skyla, or Skila, and Drama. Okay, Scorpio, so what I'm seeing is that you have been having anxiety or maybe some sleepless nights throughout May or even earlier, maybe just basically the beginning half of the year, so to speak. You are coming out of that, though. There's a bit of conflict. Sleepless nights or the anxiety may have been caused by that 5 of Wands, whether it was conflict or an actual argument or something that took place. But in June, you're coming out as the King of Pentacles, which is basically you're coming into your power, either financial security or material items. So maybe you're getting a new job, maybe you're getting something that gives you more security than you have been feeling. The card of Awakening is speaking of an energetic upgrade. So this goes along with the lines where you aren't going to be having those sleepless nights anymore. You'll be getting more sleep, more rest, and more energy to go with it. And there's, like I said, a new beginning. So it feels like this King of Pentacles is really speaking of a new job, a new position, maybe a promotion of some such. And it does say also integration. So it could be that you're coming into alignment with the next phase of your career or your financial abundance. You do have a decision to make, though. You really have to kind of pull yourself out as well. So there's no tower here. There's no moment of actual newness, no aces of any kind. So this is going to be something that, to come into alignment with this and to be able to awaken and have that energy, you do need to make that decision that you want to go forward. So your individuality is important to you, obviously, as it should be. And that could actually be where the conflict was taking place. Maybe you were in a more conformist location before, or with a more conformist group, and that wasn't what you were into, and you wanted to be able to be yourself, which you always should. So the decision in making a decision is to remember to be yourself, to be able to come into your own power as you. The integration isn't talking about integration to a new group of people expecting you to conform. Integration is integrating into basically your new life. Okay? So it speaks of like a new way of being. So basically literally being this new self of yours, your own person, whoever that happens to be, whoever that looks like to you. We do have the fourth chakra being highlighted here, which is the heart chakra. Your feelings. How do you feel? Who in your truest of hearts are you? Make the decision to be that person. And that's what's going to really, I mean, right now your sleepless nights and your anxiety have been, did I make the right decision in pulling away from people? Did I make the right decision? Should I have, conformed? Should I have bowed to the masses? Should I have whatever? And what this is saying is make the decision to be yourself. Make the decision to listen to your heart, to be your truest self. And you'll come into alignment with that you'll come into alignment with that King of Pentacles that you truly are. And when I say king of, basically it's just speaking of masculine energy. It's not necessarily, for a woman who's watching right now or somebody who identifies as female, you still have masculine energy within you. The energies themselves are binary, but the person they are adhered to doesn't necessarily have to be. There is a shadow card here. The Dark Goddess deck is basically explaining or warning of a shadow that may be something that you want to step away from or take a moment to review. And in this case, it's drama. And it could be that maybe you're one of those people who maybe likes a little bit of drama. I mean, some people do, so it's a personal choice. The thing to be careful of is, does this new energetic version of you, does that drama come with you? So drama can sometimes, unfortunately, lead to staying in a position. Drama leads to conflict, which can lead to sleepless nights. What you're being asked to do now is look at the drama within you, not within any situations, but within yourself. Are you somebody who is craving it in some way? Is it sort of a crutch of yours that you enjoy it in some way? And like I said, it's not something to admonish yourself about, it's something to look at and grow from. So whenever you're feeling that maybe you're doing something wrong to yourself or with yourself, oh, why did I wake up so late? Or why didn't I go to the gym today? And you're beating yourself up. Admonishing yourself in that way, bullying yourself in that way, it can actually cause a procrastinating mindset in which you end up actually doing that more and more. So you've probably noticed, or maybe that's partly why everything is coming out the way it is, that you started to notice that you really don't want to be in this anxiety. You've really sort of noticed the sleeplessness, and you're telling yourself, again, you didn't sleep last night. Again, you let all those thoughts come into you. What it is that you are sort of admonishing yourself, or you're fixating or concentrating on the negativity. So you're almost causing the drama for yourself in that respect that starts to happen. Look at the drama look at what's causing the sleeplessness, look at why that conflict took place. Do you, as your new self, as the individual that you were meant to be, is drama going to take, not necessarily center stage, but does it actually play a part in this new you? Does it play a part in your King of Pentacles world? Okay, so do some shadow work. Ask yourself why you're feeling dramatic. Why did you have all these conflicts? Why did you have all the sleepless nights? The sleepless nights are actually probably you going, why did I do that? But I think you'll find that the drama has a part in it. Once you've worked through that, you'll see the King of Pentacles side start to awaken. You have made the decision to go ahead and be yourself, your own individual self, and you'll notice that your heart chakra is starting to open. You can open your heart chakra in varying ways. Meditation works wonders. Hertz music works wonders. You can find Hertz music playlists and long playing videos on YouTube. Just open yourself up to unconditional love for yourself, unconditional love for your situation, and you'll start to really awaken to that decision to be who you really are. And once you find who you really are and who you are as an individual and embrace who you are as an individual, you'll come right into that Ten of Pentacles without a problem. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio. This is what I have for you for June of 2020. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We are doing periodic readings throughout June with regard to the new moon closer to the end of the month. We do weekly readings, and also at the end of the month as well, we're going to do a dedicated to each zodiac reading for what was your takeaway as a Scorpio from the month of June that you experienced. Have a really wonderful next 30 days. Thank you. Welcome to those in Scorpio who picked pile 2 or the Tiger Eye crystal. This is your pile. We have 8 cards today in your pile, and I'm going to flip them over and show them to you individually. Take into account that it's the entire spread of 8 that's giving you your message. So if you see anything in the individual cards that's a little concerning, hold off and let's see what the whole message tells us, okay? So we're starting out with the Page of Cups. We have the Four of Cups. The Ace of Swords. We have Pleiades, and underneath it says, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. We have Alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. We have Reminder. The 7th chakra, or Archangel Uriel. And last but not least, we have Hecate with protection. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio, for June is a message possibly of either some kind of love or affection or friendship coming towards you. As the Four of Cups, it looks like you've had a recent, maybe a loss of a friend or a loss of a relationship, or perhaps you just, because of the isolations and the quarantines and everything, you've been separated. And there's a message coming from that person. It's hard to tell because there are so many people that are watching this, and it can be resonating partially with some and partially with others in different ways. We do have the Ace of Swords though, and that's coming in with, it's basically coming in with a new start in communication. So what I'm seeing more is that you're mourning the loss of a past relationship or past friendship, and you've got a message coming in offering something new. So the communication is coming in a new way, possibly from a new person, and it's a message of affection or friendship or love. You do have the Palladian card as well, which speaks of channeling and uplifting humanity. So again, uplifting as in also just your general mood with having been sad and maybe partially depressed during this time. This is telling me that you're coming sort of out of that and starting to become more high vibe, more hopeful, happier. You do have the alchemy as well, which shows that basically it's saying whatever you touch is gold. So this new prosperous message that's coming in, this new offer of connection, is actually meant to be something golden for you. It's meant to be something positive that's moving you forward. It's asking you to remember as well. So it's not that you're going to be replacing whatever you had previously. It's not something where you're going to forget everything that's happened in the past. You are being asked to remember both who you are and where you come from. You are protected as well, and the fact that I've got reminder and protected here is telling me that it's really speaking to that group of people that I mentioned, where it could be somebody coming in from the past, where it's asking you to, you actually may have two messages coming in. So you've got a message which could actually be a message of love or connection from the person or relationship that you previously had, which has you currently in this Four of Cups. But you've also got a new communication coming in, and it could actually be two separate individuals that are trying to make contact with you. So you're looking at, it could be a choice. So it's asking you to remember what you've been through, remember what has you stuck here with regard to that previous person. So when they do come back with their message or whatever, take that moment, take that pause, and remember how you got where you ended up being, where you were sitting there alone, sad, and feeling lost. It doesn't say that you don't necessarily keep the communication going with the new person. It's just asking you to take a moment to remember the reality of what it was, the reality of how things finished, the reality of how you got to sitting alone, as it were. And the alchemy is saying that whatever you touch is gold. So whatever you actually decide, if it's a decision that you're being asked to make between the old and the new, you're protected. So you don't have to worry about any shadow that's coming in for you. You are protected from any of the negativity. You need to sort of make that decision for yourself, make that choice. But whatever choice you make is the one that's meant for you. Your crown chakra is activated throughout June as well, so definitely speak to your guides, your ancestors, your spirits, whatever your version of the higher, the 5D is, to be able to get assistance with this as well. Remember that this does mention channeling, and they could actually help you to remember, and they could help you to see maybe a little bit more about what what the old message really means and what this new person is really coming in to offer. I'm not seeing, unfortunately, anything that tells me which way you should go. I think because it's very much in a free will state right now. So, as I said, you are able to channel. Your crown chakra is open. You are protected and golden in whatever you end up choosing. But literally, the end of the day, the choice is yours as to which one you go with, whether it's the past or the future. So this is what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio, for June, that these messages will be coming in June. And I mean, you don't have to decide, it's not like June 30th you have to know. You can take your time to figure it out. You can take your time to listen to whatever messages are coming to you, what these two messages that are coming in, these two offers, what they're actually saying, how you feel about them as well. Don't forget that feelings actually play a big part in it as well, and how they make you feel. Remember how you felt here too. So when this person comes back and maybe they're having sort of a better communication skill than they used to, or they're coming back with more emotion than they used to have, more affection. And you've got this person coming in and maybe it looks a little bit sort of tied. Just remember where you were when those messages came in and how you got there and really where you want to go from there. Okay? It depends really on how much history you have with that person, as well as what the new person is offering as to where you are headed. Remember that you've got here the uplifting humanity. So which of those offers do you see taking you into your next phase, into your next chapter of your life? So I hope you have a wonderful June, and please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. We're doing weekly readings. Those come out on Sunday nights, sometimes Monday mornings, depending on what time zone you're in. And we're also doing a couple of the retrogrades that are coming up, the new moon and its eclipse at the end of the month. And also at the end of June, there is going to be a what did Scorpio learn throughout the month of June? What was the takeaway that they were meant to receive? Again, have a really wonderful month. Stay safe. Thank you. Welcome to pile 3, Scorpio. For those who chose either the number 3 pile or the Venturing Crystal, this is your section. We have 8 cards for you today. I'm going to show them to you as we go. And if you have any concerns regarding a particular card that you're seeing, remember that the message that's intended for you for June is all 8 cards laid out as a spread. Okay? So we have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the 5 of Swords, but in reverse. We have boundaries. And underneath it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? We have stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. We have the fledgling. Envy. And your shadow card for June is Hainatipu, and it's trust. Okay, Scorpio, so what I'm seeing is that you've been putting a lot of work into an endeavor. I'm not sure what it is. I can't really tell what type of endeavor just yet, but we're working on something that you're sort of waiting for the harvest of. You're sitting back and just waiting for whatever it is to come in for you. It could be an investment. Pentacles usually speaks of investing, so it's usually either monetary. You could be doing financial investing, or it could be something that you've invested in to do with a business or maybe a home, something like that. We do have the Page of Cups, though, which speaks of a message coming in regarding something emotional. Love, friendship, companionship. It could be a partnership. It could be that you're waiting on a partnership for a business. So you've done all of your legwork. You've done all the prep work for a business you want to start or a financial investment you want to make, and you're just waiting on that person to come in, that sort of companion that's going to help you along, and that may actually be a friend, and that message is coming from someone to tell you that yes or no, that they're ready to go ahead with that for you. We also have the 5 of Swords, but it's in reverse, which is good. 5s in reverse are always good. But what we're looking at here is it's basically the 5 of Swords when it's upright speaks of a conflict with regard to communication. Something is broken in a communication. What we have, though, is in reverse. It could be that maybe the message that's coming in for you is actually delayed in some way. So it could be that you've been expecting this message. This could actually be you too. You could be expecting to provide somebody this message. Like it could be something to do with the quarantines and the isolations. You put in an investment of all of this planning, and then you wanted to provide a message to somebody, an offer of some type. But then there was a postponement in the communication because everything happened in whatever time it happened for you between January and March. And now the delay is actually coming out, which makes sense because a lot of us are coming out of isolations in varying parts of the world. And so maybe that communication is starting to actually be a viable option right now. So you're sort of sitting in wait to be able to convey that message, but now you're actually going to get that chance to do so. It does talk here of boundaries, though, and it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So this could be something to think about. You're making the communication in June, or the communication is coming to you in June. Like I said, it's going to depend. This is a general reading for everybody who picked pile 3, so some will resonate better in one way and some in the other. But the boundaries are, what boundaries should you be setting and should you be thinking about now while you're waiting that will actually make the entire prospect better? So where do you need to set boundaries in your time? Maybe you need to set boundaries with sort of business versus home life, that kind of thing. And you also have, like I said, you also have stay optimistic. So it does sound a little bit worrying because you've been sitting here waiting with this endeavor for so long, and maybe it has seemed like it's been months and you started to feel that maybe it won't happen. Maybe that, maybe I should not worry about this anymore. Maybe I should find something else to do. The spirits are asking you, though, to please stay optimistic because what you're working on is divinely guided. This is that moment where, you know how you always hear that saying that's actually at the bottom of this card, which is basically like, don't quit before the miracle. So it's asking you to just hold on that little bit longer and that it will happen within this coming month. You do have also fledglings, so that could actually be you feeling that way too. So you could be working on something where this is a new endeavor for you. Maybe you've never run a business before. Maybe you've never been in this kind of relationship before, never put out this offer, never received this kind of offer. Again, for those of you who are receiving as opposed to giving, you will have that sort of moment of fledglingness where it's very new. There's a little bit of like seizing in fear kind of thing for a second, deer in headlights kind of deal. And that actually is, I'm going to skip over for a second and go into here where your shadow card is trust. So it's asking you, while you're waiting for that communication, or while you're waiting to make that communication and you're working on your optimism, to remember your trust. Trust as a shadow card could depict that you are having trust issues, and it may not be that you have trust issues like the big trust issues where people have hurt you in varying ways, but it could be that you may have some self-doubts that are kind of creeping in a little bit, and it's asking you to trust that those are not true, that you are the best person for what you want to do. You are the best person for this connection. Even if it is new to you, even if you've never had anything like that, even if you have a little bit of envy, again, this envy card can go two ways. So it could be you feeling envious because other people have already done whatever you're trying to do. So you're maybe a little bit hesitant, but again, trust and be optimistic that whatever you're doing is going to be different than anything anybody else is doing because they're not you. They don't bring your special something to this particular endeavor. I'm just going to use basically this tarot channel and this business that I'm working on right now. As I was going through and trying to decide for the past while, do I want to do this or not? Because if you look on YouTube, and there are a lot of readers doing varying things, but then when you look at it, you're like, yes, but there are a lot for a reason, because some readers don't speak to everybody. As an audience member, There are readers that I watch, every week, every day. But there are some readers where I'll watch them for a few minutes and their messages or their particular way of doing things doesn't really speak to me. So remember that when you're looking at this. So if you're looking at something where you're going into what's known as a saturated market, or if you're looking maybe into something to do with a relationship and the person maybe has more, I'm going to go old school and say suitors, more prospects than just you, and maybe you're feeling a little bit envious because maybe they're spending a little bit more time with somebody else. Maybe somebody else has a shinier car than you do, or their shoes are better. I don't know, whatever. You have what you have to bring to it. You should know what you have. You are the unique version of you that is just right for this unique version of the person or the thing that you're trying to do. The other side of the envy card, though, is also that it could be somebody being envious of you, which can, in the momentary, feel nice. Sometimes you're like, oh, good. And it's not a thing about being selfish. It's not a thing about having a huge ego or anything like that. It's just sometimes nice when somebody, kind of recognizes that you're doing something right. I know I'm going to get a comment on that, so it's okay. Don't worry. But yeah. It could just be that somebody has some envy towards you, which can sometimes turn into jealousy. So just be aware that that's there. And also be aware if you find yourself feeling a little bit green, a little jealous, know that it's okay. It's just because of everything. It's because of you're new to this and you're not sure. You're having a little bit of trust issues in the fact that you're having a little bit of trust with yourself. You are kind of letting your self-esteem and your confidence take a little bit of a back seat. What you need to do is shove them forward. And that could be that boundary. That boundary could be taking yourself out of your head and putting yourself into the set where you have this and just go. It's the old, if you're afraid to jump into a pool, provided you can swim, 1, 2, 3, go. Don't think, don't do, just go. So this is what I have for you for June. I know that was very bang, here we go, next. But this is what I have for you, Scorpio, for June of 2020. Please like and comment and subscribe. And there's a bell notification too next to the subscribe button. If you wouldn't mind hitting that, that would be great. That'll let you know when our next posts come up. We're doing, of course, our weekly readings that come up every Sunday or Monday, depending on what time zone you're in. And also the end of the month, we're also, of course, doing the new moon and its eclipse. So 2 eclipses this month. And a couple of wet retrogrades throughout, as well as at the end of the month, we're also going to do what did Scorpio learn, or what was the takeaway that Scorpio was meant to have for June. Have a really wonderful month. Thank you for watching.